Oh, God.
All right, welcome back to Radio Respawn, my motherfuckers, all you little chickadees out there. I don't know how this AM radio show, I'm gonna black out.
I know.
Yeah, this is the show where we on Respawn always talk about the stuff that we love. We're gonna kick it off with some E3 discussion. Sorry, there we go. Sorry, Wolfman, he takes over sometimes.
Scary. I think it's the first time seeing
Chilled looks very uncomfortable.
Is that just gonna happen like throughout the show?
Yeah,
Could.
it'll be like, yeah, you know, it was like, motherfuckers, pull those sheets up to your sheets up to your chin. Sheets up to your, yeah. Pull those sheets up to your chins. This is the late night AM radio show. I don't know how it ends up on YouTube or on this live stream, but we're doing it live today. We at E3. I don't know who asked us to come on here, but they are their goddamn minds. All right, I think he's gone away now for a little while. So we should talk about some topics.
We should.
Yeah,
let's do it.
First off, let's go down the line. Introduce yourself to all of our AM radio late night listeners.
Well, hello, AM radio late night listeners. I'm Showcast. It's an honor to be on the show. How many people are listening? About 5 or 6? We got
5. Yeah, our record was 5.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
Fingers crossed.
This is a big E3 live show, so I'm hoping we get more.
This show's super popular with truckers.
Yeah.
Who are like
Late night.
trying to stay awake on the late night haul when they're.
I would hope they stay awake. I mean, they are driving, but that's okay.
That's what we do. We save lives.
Yep.
Who you?
Hello, I am IS Cupcake. Why is my voice cracking?
I don't know.
Thanks for having me, guys.
Yeah, thanks for being here. And I'm kidding. I'm APL. Yeah.
That's it?
That's
I'm
it.
APL.
I'm APL. Yeah, sorry. Host and producer on Mission Respawn.
Okay, so obviously our radio show has been trucked into E3, which is exciting. So we're going to talk about some E3 stuff, obviously. You guys have been out having adventures, I think?
Out and about.
What are some of the things? Let's talk about some of the things you guys have seen. Chill, do you want to?
Privacy concerns. That's what I've been seeing from
Yeah?
people. Yeah, but no,
In the were you in the men's bathroom?
No.
There's no doors on the stalls?
if they had Kinects back there, maybe. But no, just kind of like, honestly, just the new consoles and coming out. That was exciting. I don't know. I'm still like shell shocked from just being here. So
Yeah.
you go
Yeah, I think
first.
like the first day is just like overwhelming.
Yeah.
Kind of trying to find your place. But I went to both of the halls, and I must say I'm really excited for one game. I think it's called Spark. Is that what it is?
Yes.
Oh, yeah, that's
Oh my God,
where you
it's
make
so
like your
awesome.
It's like
world.
the
You
world
create
creator,
a game
yeah.
is basically what it is.
Yeah, that looks cool.
That caught my attention, and the PS4.
Mondo, one of our producers, was like, I don't want to make a game. I want to, if I buy it, I just want the game to be ready for me. I'm like,
pay $60.
He doesn't want to be creative.
nope.
I can't
No.
believe you're calling Mondo out right now. He's
Yeah.
not even here to defend
Oh,
himself.
poor guy.
He did say it, though. He did say it. So
What about you, APL?
oh, man.
We're having a little different experience because to some degree we're trapped in this box.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
people are coming to us, so
it works out. It's fine. I enjoyed the press conferences a lot yesterday. I loved watching Mommy and Daddy Big Console fight. The punches thrown by Sony were really interesting. So yeah, I mean, and the fact that it's a console E3 is making it, for me, way more exciting than I thought it was going to be going
I think
into.
so. Yeah.
I mean, it's been 7 years since the last one, so
Yeah, exactly.
it's big. But yeah, with the whole, you saw Sony's their little 20-second used game pitch,
Yep.
where they're like, "Here's how you share games," and they just handed it off to someone else.
So
Yeah.
many shots fired.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's
They-
enjoyable though. It makes it funny. Like
The crowd was blowing up too. They're like, and you can play used games. The crowd's like, and they're like, and it's $100 cheaper. Yeah.
People were losing it.
I think that was probably my favorite, watching the PS4.
What about you? What about
PS4?
you? Oh, okay.
Yeah. Thanks for asking.
Anyway, yeah, I wanted to take it. What do you think? He's already answered.
Yeah. I'm trying to. Thanks for interrupting me to ask the thing that I'm saying. Whatever. Yeah, PS4 I think was my
Yeah.
favorite. It was
Okay.
cool. I like that the shoes on the other foot kind of. We talked about this a little earlier, but how it used to be like Sony was with the PS3 they did a lot of things that people questioned. I mean, it's a successful platform, but it had a rocky start. And
Yeah.
360 was like, everyone was like, yay! And now it's
Now
a little
it's just
flipped.
tides have turned.
Yeah, totally.
I love what Sony's doing. Just take whatever Microsoft's doing and do the opposite, and it
really-
seems to be working. It's like the George Costanza route. You know,
Yeah.
this hasn't worked for
Yeah.
me, so let me do the opposite.
Don't you kind of wish that we could just have one?
One
Just live in one world. I had a dream. And
All right, John Lennon.
I don't know, yeah. Martin Luther King sounds like an old white guy.
I have a dream.
I had a dream. Yeah, I don't know. I guess the competition it breeds is cool.
Yeah.
But
I feel like Sony went to rehab and came back after the PS3
Oh.
launch, and they were like,
Wow.
look at how cleaned up and like we get it. I get it now. I was in a dark place back those 7 years ago.
That's perfect.
And now, look at this.
Yeah.
Used games. You don't have to be connected to the internet. Oh, and it's $100 cheaper than the Xbox One.
But someone was saying as well that maybe Sony's just trying to show Microsoft, like, trying to protect Microsoft. Like, Microsoft, don't run out into the street. Don't get hit by a car. Look, this is how you really do used games.
It's just like a slap in the face, honestly. I love it.
so
I love all
Sony's
of
like
it.
a little like bike,
Sony's like a little
helmet
kid.
wearing derpy kid.
Well, no, like
like
Microsoft's the bully, and you don't want the bully to die. You'd be upset if the bully died. So, like, Sony's like, you know what? Just be okay.
yes.
Just chill.
Yep.
They're like the older brother stepping in
Exactly.
for the unruly
They
little brother.
care.
In the end, perhaps they'll fall in love with each other, like in Brokeback Mountain.
To echo
The forbidden love.
Oh wow.
Oh.
I'd watch
Never-
a Brokeback
never seen
Mountain with
that.
PS4 and Xbox One.
It's a game movie. No big
They
deal.
both have trays and they both have slots.
I think the key.
I don't.
What?
Nothing. Let's move on. I was trying to make it analogous, but
The key difference is definitely $100.
Yeah.
yeah.
So if you're a mom or a dad or a really creepy uncle and you're at Best Buy this Christmas and you're standing at the shelf and the little junior is like, but Titanfall it uses new technology. You have to give me the 360. And the creepy uncle or the mom or the dad is going to be like, well, I will get you what was it, the Titanic falling? Yeah, well,
Yep.
I'm sure there's something like that over here on this $100
Yeah.
cheaper one.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I think the PS4 is going to...
That's a good point. And
I
Clean up at
haven't
Christmas.
had a PlayStation since the first one, and I'm getting this one.
Are you really?
Planning on getting the PS4.
all right.
Really?
That's interesting.
I'm converting.
Wow.
First time?
And I don't think you're alone in that. I was watching that press conference, had no intention of getting the PlayStation 4.
Yeah.
And by the end of it, not only was I pantless for some reason, I was standing up and cheering in front of my computer. I don't know why I became pantless.
I don't even wanna
but
know why
I
you're
decided
pantless
I
in
was
front
gonna
of your
buy.
computer.
I was gonna buy it. So yeah, high
Yeah.
five.
Yay!
High five.
I
Same thing.
don't know yet. I don't know.
You're
Are
still
you?
deciding.
Do you have a tendency right currently, or like when you're at home?
Yeah.
Is it usually 360?
Yeah, it's
or?
just the Xbox. But I mean,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even with a lot of the Respawn stuff, I mean, it's just the Xbox. You just buy it on the Xbox. It just comes kind of natural.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel awkward. It's like I'm like leaving one parent to go to another. It's like
Aw.
I'm sorry, Mom, but
All
I
these
don't live with you
analogies.
anymore.
Consoles. Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
this
This
was cheap.
What else can we come up with? What is it?
What, Mom? Titanfall! Shut up! I'll give you an ice cream sandwich in the car. We're getting the black one. They're both
They're
black now.
I do real
We're
quick
getting
want
the one with the blue stripe.
to echo Adam Kovic's sentiment about anyone that's on like the whole fanboy thing. You know, there's a lot of fanboy wars
Yeah.
over consoles. Is frankly retarded and just out of control because it's not like these corporations truly care about you. I don't want to shatter any illusions, but
No.
they're not like, oh, I mean, everyone's out to make money. So to be like, I am super adamant about this corporation over this corporation is kind of just stupid.
Yeah.
You're
that's
calling
silly.
my 15-year-old self retarded.
Hey, I'm sorry.
I was just
Are
like
you 15?
No, sometimes.
Sometimes, only in spirit.
No, that's, I mean, I don't know, last generation, yeah, it was like 7, 8 years ago, I was 14, 15, I'm like, Xbox! You know, it was just
Right,
kind of
right.
like,
I like it.
No, I get it. I get it.
We're gonna get Tiff's nerd voice out
Yeah.
eventually.
I mean, come on,
It's in there,
Halo
Tiff,
3,
just let it
Gears
out.
of War, it was just like, that was the big thing, and now, what's leading, at least for me, Dead Rising 3, I'd feel embarrassed if I told him, yeah, I bought an Xbox for Dead Rising, you know, it's just,
Yeah.
I need something bigger.
Yeah.
I get it. I just think you outgrow that whole
You do.
competition at some
You
point.
do.
So
I'll just buy them both.
I'm just mature, so
I'll
I'm
just buy them
outgrown.
both because I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
I want to play all the games. All the games.
You're gonna buy all this.
I do have a weird controller attachment to the
Xbox-
360.
Me too. Do you
Oh, controller-wise, I will give. I will
My
agree.
thumbs touch each other and
I
it
don't
weirds
it
me
makes
out.
me feel
It's like,
awkward. Yeah, I'm like,
Really?
why? Yeah.
maybe because I have giant hands. Yeah.
I don't have that problem. But
If you look to the left and turn to the right, your thumbs are just kind of touching. It's awkward. You just
See,
I'll
now you
try
told her,
that.
and now she's not gonna be
I'll
able to.
try that.
it breaks the immersion. You're just like, oh
Yeah.
crap.
It breaks the
Dang
immersion.
it.
This isn't real after all.
I'm
If you're
telling you.
sitting in your living room in your boxers, this is definitely not real.
Oh man.
I
all
get
right.
into it. It makes me
I
feel
get it.
important.
What else do we have
I get
here?
it.
We've let you guys want to talk some games?
Yeah, let's talk
Sure.
the
Let's
games.
talk some games.
Yeah.
Do it.
Man, I've got a list here, just a mile long of games. let's start with us first before we do the list.
Last of Us?
The Last of Us?
Oh, no.
No, just us.
Oh,
Favorite,
us.
stuff that we're excited for, or stuff that we're interested in and we don't know much about. For me, I'll lead off. Definitely Titanfall. I keep bringing it up because there was 2 companies I was really interested in seeing what they were doing back at home behind closed doors, and it was Bungie and Respawn. Because Bungie'd only hinted at sort of, what Destiny was going to be, and Respawn was totally mysterious. And they both came out swinging, and I think those are the 2 games I'm really blown away by. So, I mean, there's a bunch, but both of them really jump to mind. Destiny looks epic.
Is Destiny for the PS4 as well?
Yes.
Yeah.
They demoed it, yeah.
I just kind of feel like that's since it's also going to be on the 360, I kind of feel like it's going to be using last-gen technology and last-gen hardware, even though it's going to be on the PS4. And for their first game that they're really showcasing besides Halo, I don't know, I kind of feel iffy about it, that it's going to be that borderline. Because I'm sure you guys remember the Madden 2006 that was on the original Xbox and the Xbox 360, and there was no difference between it.
See, I'm a little worried about that too, because so many, right now, they're not wanting to just let the old consoles die. So it's like
What is your opinion on that, Sark? Did you have an opinion on
I think it's bullshit. It's bullshit. Let it die. It's an old dog. It's outlived its usefulness.
7 years isn't that old.
There's some people that just can't afford a new console.
But when I look at the game poster and I'm like, Mad Max looks awesome, and then it's out on Xbox 360, Xbox One, PS3, PS4, I'm like, I hope they don't just make a PS3 360 game
Right.
and up-res it or
I
something.
hate that first year. The first year you just get the
Where you
ports
get the
that are
mix.
going over.
Yeah.
And you just kind of wait for
We
something
gotta
to
have
happen.
faith, Chilled. We gotta have faith.
Ghost Recon was the only company that did it back in the day. They put out one for the Xbox 360, and it was that futuristic, really HD one, and they put out a crappy one for the Xbox, and I liked them for that.
Yeah.
Except my 360 broke, and I had to play the Xbox one, so I didn't like it for that.
Yeah.
But
That's your own damn fault, right? Well, not really, but yeah, it's not a them problem.
Yeah.
Tiff, what are you? What's Cupquake into?
Well, Spark.
Spark. Yep.
Just because you could be creative, and I actually think I didn't really get into Skyrim, but
Okay.
I'm with you on that.
I'm gonna
Skyrim
try
Online?
the online.
You like MMOs though?
I do. I love MMOs, and actually, I've been avoiding them because I play them too much.
You get addicted.
I get
don't you?
addictive. I have
Yeah.
very addictive personality.
Let me see. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, look
Those
at
are
these, look
MMO
at-
marks.
Intense.
On her veins.
You
Yeah,
check
she-
where heroin would be. I mean,
Well,
Surgical
you
tubing.
have to. $15 a month.
Yeah. Fierce WoW PvP player here.
Yeah.
Tried to teach me the ropes, and I was
I
like,
did, and just laughed at you.
yeah, no.
Just too hard. She's like,
Oh,
what the fuck are you doing?
I suck at this. Where's my gun? Yeah. So you're gonna try
I
Elder
think I'm
Scrolls?
gonna try it. I think I'm
Yeah?
gonna try it. Because I heard that you can go back, third person and first person if you
Yep.
want to
Yeah,
switch
no,
back.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Really?
So I don't know.
Well, how
I
many
want
years
to
have
get
you been
into the
clean? How many years have you been clean of the MMO?
like 2 years.
Judging from those nail marks, not very long.
Yeah.
2
no,
years.
they haven't even
But I'm
healed.
ready to go back. Ready to go back
Yeah.
into it.
I like it.
I'm ready.
Embrace
Good.
the
I'm glad.
addiction.
I like. Yeah, she's super pumped about it. That's good.
Yeah, Skyrim is the fact that you could be engrossed in that for hundreds of hours on your own.
Single player. Yeah.
There's a lot of
Yeah.
potential to that universe.
You put
running
what?
around with your buddies.
Get some
400
people to play with
hours
me.
of Skyrim?
Yeah.
We won't be.
I'll be getting it.
Oh, I'll be in. I'll be in there with you.
Yeah. So we won't be alone.
I will be a Khajiit thief. I'll be a Meow Meow Sark, the Khajiit thief. I don't know what. I know that's going to be my race, though.
Meow
I hope
Meow.
they're.
We love
Do you have
cats.
an in-game name you're thinking about?
Just the
Well,
guy
I
that
just
eats-
thought of Meow Meow because
Meow Meow.
they're a feline race. Yeah.
Oh, it's adorable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That should be do they have guilds in that? I don't
The
know.
thing is, like,
I would think they would.
Meow
we'll
Meow
see.
Meow.
I don't know.
That'd be awesome.
I had a warrior once called the Flaccid Sledgehammer. That was
That's good. I'm still on that for
I sucked,
Skyrim Online.
I think it's funny because in Elder Scrolls the character models a lot of times look a little odd.
Yeah.
So you get really funny moments.
Yeah.
Just even
Yeah.
talking to
Yeah.
townspeople, and the VO is sometimes odd. The whole thing is just. I hope they don't fix all that. I hope the
I
VO
love that.
stays
Those happy
shitty.
little accidents, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
good old Bob Ross would say. Happy little.
Happy little accidents.
Happy little accidents. That's what APL's parents said about him when he was born.
Oh,
Like,
I
I don't know. I
That was
couldn't.
wow. This is just like squarely a target on my
That
head
was so
today.
deep.
How did you know they said that?
I wasn't going to drop it on Chilled or Cupquake, and the only choices were
That's
myself.
what I'm here for. That's what I'm here for.
Okay, game, APL. What do you?
Games, oh man, I just can't. The boner for Watch Dogs has not subsided since I first set eyes on what they showed a while ago. And then
Tiff just looked at your dick.
Sorry, Tiff, but there's a reason that there's a table and all this
Look at
equipment
him
in
lean
front of me.
forward. Look at him hiding his.
Yeah, Watch Dogs looks so good. The demo they showed at the Sony press conference just made me even more excited. I don't know that, and like you said, Titanfall looks really good. Oh, man, there's been a lot of good games. The what's it called? Rise, the one on the Xbox One.
Yeah, that
Looked really
Roman,
cool.
that Roman sort of
Storm the Walls.
God of War, but not quite camera as far back game, right? It was like a lot of like quick time event fights. It was epic looking.
Is that the one where he's like gliding and then he just shoots their face?
I don't think so.
This one
I don't know
is
what I'm
he's
thinking.
fighting and then he stabs the back of their face.
Yeah. Has like
That sounds so different.
That's
I
like
know,
this
it's
side.
a completely
Yeah.
different game.
I think that we're demoing it here later today, teaser. So
Oh,
nice.
really?
pretty cool, yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
So yeah, I mean, there's a lot. It's a really strong game lineup overall. Like Microsoft. Well, we talked about the consoles, but you had said that you feel like Microsoft has the edge as far as at least titles that you really want to play. Some of the like Titanfall
Yeah, that's
is
a
big
total
exclusive.
opinion, but when I
Yeah.
go back and look at all the games that were mentioned during those kick-ass press conferences,
Yeah.
generally Microsoft had more that I was like, yay! Like Kingdom
Microsoft
Hearts.
also has the money too. They drop that $50 million every time they want exclusive DLC.
Right.
Like I haven't played Kingdom Hearts, and I know there's a huge rabid fan base that are psyched on it. But for me, I was like, oh,
I
that's
was
cool.
12 years old when I played the last one. I mean, they've taken their sweet time on it.
Yeah.
Because I think the
Is
first,
it good? Is it?
I've never played it. I don't know.
it's
love it.
enjoyable, but I mean, I don't know. I mean, I played the first one was in 2002. The second one was in 2005. Now it's 2013. I don't know if I like it anymore. It's been
I just don't.
it's been close to a decade.
One of those
It didn't
Diablo
call, it didn't
things.
write, it did nothing.
Chilled is like Rain Man with dates.
I know. How does he? Yeah.
Well,
just
okay,
pulled the-
just a very sad aspect. Like I date my life based on video game releases. So like, oh, what was I doing during 2007? Halo 3. Oh, of course.
Oh, nice.
Wow.
way to do
And
it,
both
I
of
guess.
you guys, for all of our listeners, both of you guys have YouTube channels.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. You're going to have to explain yourself here,
Yeah.
Chilled.
Good luck, Chill.
What?
Well, because it's like curious gamers, but serious gamers, but cryous gamers, but I'm Chilled Chaos, and there's no one else but me. So
Let me
we're an
just
organization.
sum this up. He named his channel something silly,
Oh.
and now no one knows who the hell is.
Well, yeah. When I was like, "Who are you?" I'm like, "Chilled." We don't know that. Oh, cryous, curious, serious.
Right.
That's you.
Yeah. People can find you if they just look up Chilled Chaos.
Yeah, no,
YouTube's smart enough. You've taught the AI
Yeah.
at this point.
Well, I mean, Google's kind of just, it knows everything we do. But one of the weird things with Google, I know it's off topic, but I searched something on my computer, and that search was now in my tablet. And I'm like, why are you doing this to me,
Oh,
Google?
it's watching.
It's getting
It really
smarter.
is.
The
It
cloud is
Last
learning.
time it was like, you need to leave at this time to get to the party.
Oh wow.
It's like,
I
what?
did like a Google Map thing, and all of a sudden it was telling me on my tablet how long to get there. I'm like, no.
That's
Yeah,
scary.
that's weird. That's weird.
Taking
That's
over.
like Connect level creep.
They do.
Yeah.
Like it's
I'll
like
find you.
yeah, well, yeah. Connect is a clinger. Yeah.
Oh man.
Welcome home, Cupquake. I missed you.
The little red light turns on.
Bathe in my 1,000 pinpoints of infrared light. I can see through your clothing. This is what Connect thinks.
Wow.
It's what
Wow.
Microsoft wants. That's next gen.
Oh man, have you guys? I wanted to a little off topic. I wanted to talk a little bit about the actual experience here in the hall. We just went and had lunch. Actually,
Oh
we've
my
had two
God.
lunch
We've had
experiences
two.
that have been a nightmare. But
Really?
have you sampled the dining here at E3?
I had a
just-
$14 hamburger.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah. That
And
was-
did it taste like
No.
puppy meat?
I was eating my hopes and dreams. That's what it felt like I was eating.
Yeah. Everyone, you can see him working on it. Like it's a post-apocalyptic campfire. Everyone's like,
Like it's jerky.
I can
Dog
get
jerky.
this. Yeah. What about you, Tiff? Have
I
you
had
eaten
a slice
anything?
of pizza,
Oh.
and it wasn't that bad.
No.
I would
Yeah?
say try the pizza, but it was expensive.
We walked down to the corner. Let's story time now.
Okay.
It's Sark story time.
Oh, this
we
is a good
walked
one.
down. I'm not going to say the name of the place, but it rhymes with BSPN. We walked down to a restaurant and ordered our food, waited for 40 minutes, and then mac and cheese, by the way, like a couple of gigantic babies.
Yep.
And then we were told that because you had ordered bits of meat on yours,
No.
it was
That was
taking longer.
Too long.
Wow.
And I was like, ugh. Then we had to come back and do some work.
Right.
So we went up, stood, like, we were like, we gotta leave. And they were like, oh, we're just boxing it up. 15 minutes later, I was like, but that's not the worst part of the story.
Here we go.
Chilled.
Are you really gonna tell this
Tiffy.
part?
Yep, I'm gonna tell this part.
Oh.
And I know your audiences are younger, so they should. Well, they're not listening to this because it's really late and they're probably not truck drivers.
That's true.
But they should really plug their ears for
I
this.
definitely didn't tweet at them to tell them to go watch. Not at all.
It's a good time. So I felt the rumblings and had to, I had to go release Hot Fury. So I go into the bathroom at this unnamed restaurant. Yeah. One stall marked out of order. I'm like, damn. Luckily, there's another stall there, right? It's also out of order. It's just not marked. So it's piled high with Hot Fury.
Oh my God.
So now I go into survival mode. I'm climbing around. I'm like climbing walls like Spider-Man. I'm trying to figure out how to like do some Cirque du Soleil Hot Fury release. And all I'm thinking about is, just a second ago I was having a nice lunch in downtown LA, and now I've gone into full-on like feral child. I'm
You're
listening
breaking
for
the sweats. You're sweating.
yeah. And I was
The way
listening.
his eyes are right now is exactly how he looked when he came back. He's like,
Yeah. I finally negotiate the release of the Fury and realize there's no Fury cleaning paper.
No.
So now I'm
That's
peeking under the door. I'm waiting for people to leave so I can scurry like a little creature into the out of order stall to fetch paper. It's disgusting. And that was my lunch at E3.
Oh, why don't you just call APL and be like,
I
man,
know-
can you
well,
grab
yeah,
me
you
some
should-
toilet
when you
paper?
Just crying like the
when
Blair
you
Witch.
came
Like,
back to the chair, it looked like you had seen, you were white, and you just sat down like a sack of potatoes.
I've
You were
seen
like,
some shit.
You were like, that was an experience. I was like, you've been gone for 10 minutes. What could have possibly happened? And then
It's
that
terrible.
happened.
How was the mac and cheese though?
Oh yeah.
Eventually they gave it to us and whatever. I mean, it was seasoned with my own fury, so it was hard to taste how it actually was.
Man.
But yeah.
We went to the ESPN zone as well, and when we saw mac and cheese on it, we're like, oh, probably children ordered this. So I'm sorry that you guys ordered it.
What? Isn't mac
No
and cheese
one will
the
order
easiest
mac
thing in the
and
world? Pre-make it,
Yeah.
and then you bake it in an oven with
I don't get it.
Oh, man.
All right. Anyway, should we talk about actual E3 stuff? Probably.
Not hot.
That was
Fury.
my lunch
Hot Fury.
adventures. What do we got here? I'm so glad you guys came on, by the way.
Yeah.
Thank you for having us.
Usually people are a little scared to join our AM radio late night adventures.
You gotta get up early.
This is my second time. So
It is.
I'm
You
not
were on our
scared.
girl cast. Yes. And you
Girls
told us
night.
aliens look like owls. I still remember.
Yeah, no, I didn't. That was a movie reference.
Well,
You're making it out
well.
to something it isn't.
Okay. Whatever, Tiff.
I don't know if this also breaks the immersion, but I'm looking over like the paper and like PS4 has one line, and the Xbox has 3 paragraphs of
even on
BS.
Yep.
I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing for which company.
There's a thing, and hopefully we send somebody over there, but you guys, if you haven't, you should check it out. And if you're listeners, we'll just paint a verbal picture for you. There's a video game museum. Have you seen that?
Oh yeah, they have it like every year, don't they?
It moves around, yeah, and sometimes it's at PAX. I've seen it in Germany at Gamescom, but it's awesome. Like they have glass containers, and in this little area, including places to sit and beanbags and stuff, which I don't trust because they're full of farts and
Oh, God.
And Hot
That's
Fury.
another thing about
Hot Fury
conventions
particles.
and E3.
yeah.
Let's get down to the real.
I saw
like,
one person
nitty-gritty.
wearing one of
Oh,
those
here we
medical...
go on the sanitation.
I saw one
I'm
person
sorry.
walking around with one of the medical masks, and I was like, they have it right. Because
Yeah.
we experienced also some nauseous
We've been here
fumes.
before.
Yep.
Oh.
If AIDS is airborne anywhere, it's at E3.
It's here.
Yeah. No. So anyway, yeah, this video game museum. It's a delight. There's no airborne diseases
Abandon
there.
it.
really
No, it's cool
cool.
because it's got literally every console and device that you can think of, and ones that you've never even heard of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was getting frustrated. There was one thing I was trying to play basketball and I didn't know how to play. Like, cause there was like only 2 buttons.
Right.
One was to shoot, one was to pass. I didn't know which one was to run, so I didn't know.
What were the
Old school
the
basketball.
graphics like on that? It's just like a stick.
Oh my God, that's
It looks like
hilarious.
your guy's throwing his head into the hoop.
And that's crazy. Like, how many years ago do you think that was to
I know.
where we are
we've
now?
come now.
That's insane.
It is insane. It's weird. It's cool because I was thinking about this. Here's some deep game philosophy. It's cool because the tech. Remember when Nintendo to Super Nintendo, or even if you don't, think back to the difference between those games. It was like huge.
Yeah, 2D to 3D.
Yeah, and the number of colors was like we've gone from 8 to 64, and you're like,
Exactly.
or whatever. You know, it was like a huge jump. But while the tech jumps are continuing to be huge, it's harder to notice.
It's really hard to notice.
We have 1 trillion colors, and now we have 10 trillion. You're like,
Did you
I
see
can't
that
tell.
cloth? That cloth moved
Right.
in real time.
That's part of the reason why I think some of the companies have a hard time in the press conferences because they're not sure. You can't dazzle us, or it's very difficult to dazzle us now with like graphics.
Yeah.
Because
We're spoiled.
we are.
Absolutely.
We live in we're blessed gamers, but we're also spoiled. Yeah.
Well, definitely in 10 years, I want to see where it's at because whether it's going to be, I don't know, we have all the companies doing like immersion stuff. So whether it be the PlayStation, I don't know if they're still doing the Move, but the new Kinect, I mean the Wii U during the tablet, different ways to play games instead of different ways of them looking.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
I remember reading, we talked about this before, but the Game Informer E3 edition and looking at stuff and being like, nothing will ever, how could anything look this good? Nothing will ever look better than this.
Right.
This is like, 10 years ago.
That was me finishing Street Fighter 2 and seeing those little end title cards and being like, someday games will look like this. It was like a slideshow.
Do you remember Fight Night Round 3? That was, one of the games like, this is it. It's never getting better. It's done.
This could literally go on forever.
He sweats.
But I
real sweat.
think we're actually out of time.
Are we really?
On this first
This
ever
flew by.
live episode of Radio Respawn.
Oh, it's the first ever?
First
Yeah,
ever.
you guys are
Yeah.
making history. We're all making
We've
history.
never done this live. I think though that Wolfman Jack knows what we're going to next.
Yeah, maybe.
I'll have to ask him. Hold on. All right, that's it for Live Radio Respawn, motherfuckers. All you little chickadees, stay tuned because we're about to watch a little documentary about a porn director. That's right, I love this show. Woo, check it out. Roll that shit.